I think this episode is really going to be interesting. I have to say that Yolanda featuring Sammy M. Hmm. Whoa, this her podcast on YouTube is. I just love the consistency with her podcast. Well, you guys, I welcome you back. You're back on to Spicy Updates with Lovely On. I hope you guys are okay. Stay fine. Be okay. All right. Do not forget to like the video. Yeah, it's no longer news. Okay, it has become a ritual that every Wednesday we should be expecting a new episode on Yolanda's podcast on her YT channel. And guess what, guys? This week is gonna be somebody. Well, I just love that it is Sammy M. Sammy M. After the show, I remember when somebody called Sammy M. I think it was a post, and the person was like, "Why don't you do go for me? Why don't you do? Why can't you that? Why don't you this?" And Sammy replied and said, "Well, what works for others may not really work for her. That she feels others might just go get, but hers is not always easy." I remember in the house when she mentioned she always meets, you know, the opposite gender who don't really spend so much on her and all that and all that. I guess I'm not mistaken. I guess it was Sammy M that revealed that in the house. But so I felt post show, why don't you use this post show to your advantage, even if you feel you don't have as much fan base as you should, but at least, yeah, she started off with Neo. Okay, sometimes you see herself and Neo create content together, but I think she has gotten her own channel on the Red app where she creates amazing content. And yeah, guess what? I think people love what she does. So on Yolanda's next episode on her podcast, we will be having Sammy. If I had the trailer, or will I say the snippet of it that I've seen so far, you guys know Yolanda is loud. Mm-hmm. Yolanda is loud, and there is nothing anyone can do about that. So once you're on her show, just be sure to raise your voice, because when you're speaking with an individual, the tone in which they talk to you also affects the tone in which you respond sometimes, especially when you're having a conversation. So Yolanda that is always like, loud. You see that most persons on her podcast also like as if she influences them to also raise their voice, and is always vibe shouty and all that. But you guys, there is something that has been on my mind for some time. I know Yolanda has come of age. I think maybe she should start reducing, because there was a post of Jared I saw where Jared said Yolanda was shouting at me, and a whole lot of persons were like, responding to that. That was on the TL. They were responding to it. I said, these are things you expect from Yolanda. She's loud, but I don't want to believe that she cannot control it. Cause no, it's I wouldn't say it might get out of hand, but what I'm trying to say is that at times one really needs to not to be overly excited. Um, yeah, please, fans don't come for me, because I always like to say my truth. I remember one clip like that we saw of herself, Liema Sisi. I don't know what happened. Yolanda reacts to things differently, and people were putting in the comments, "Oh, compose Liema, oh, compose Liema." Like, I don't want to bring jazz or do comparison here. Please, if I'm doing that, please forgive me. But I think probably is fun to her. Being loud is fun, and people have already accepted her for who she is. But I just think as a woman, and when you get to a certain age, it's always very beautiful to tone down. I think so. It's always very beautiful to tone down. At times, you see, we get, even myself, we get overly excited and we want to react, but sometimes it's also very good to, like, so that has been her format. Okay, that has been her format. You see the show, you'll be laughing, you'll be shouting, you'll be, yeah. Yolanda is a beautiful soul, and I just love the fact that she's so confident. So, like, you guys, I don't know what you guys should be expecting from Yolanda and Sammy M. Like, please, we need a lot of answers from Sammy M. Sammy M, we want to know. We want to know. Have you signed any deal? What's going on? Talk about yourself and Neo. Talk about yourself and shipping. I know they brought up Bravo B, and Yolanda was like, she's ready to ship. I said they also mentioned Makeke. Was there anything with Makeke and Sammy M in the house? Oh, you guys, I can't remember. You guys know Sammy M left early, I think third week or second week. So I can't really place my hand on what exactly happened. Mm-hmm. Most times when you leave early like that, people don't even remember you went to Big Brother. Just like Mali. When Mali celebrated her birthday, like he was so cold on the TL, people didn't really talk much about that. So I think it's always good. You just pray for God to help you stay in the game. Like you guys, honestly, even if you get to the second, 10th week, ninth week, at least you stay longer in the game so that your people can still remember you. Sometimes I don't even remember Mali was in the house. Seriously. And I think that's the same thing with Sammy. But Sammy is trying to utilize the Red app, by opening a channel and doing some stuff, okay, at least to connect with her audience and to build her fans from there. Yeah, but I think we need to ask her some questions. We need to know what's up with her, what she's doing. Ah, yeah, there is one thing about Sammy you guys know. Do you guys know that she makes jewelries? Yeah, Sammy actually makes jewelries, a very beautiful jewelry. So I think she's also skilled at what she does. All she needs is just to be signed to a particular, brand, or for them to actually see her. Maybe she should use her IG for more of that, so that showcase that thing that she got, and you never can tell who will be watching, or who may want to partner with her, or who may want to work with her. Yeah, yeah, she does that. She makes jewelries. I remember. So you guys, tomorrow is the date for Yolanda's new episode on her podcast. Okay, her time is always her time. It's always at 3 p.m. Like, that is one thing I love about this podcast. The consistency is top notch. It has always been every Wednesday. It's always been at 3 p.m. No changing, no excuses, nothing. Just once it's 3 p.m., like, oh, her algorithm will understand that this is exactly what I'm expecting. And whoa, I could tell you she's really doing amazing. Yeah, you guys, she's still, so keep a date with her. And yeah, for those of you that haven't been patronizing her, it's a way for you to select, to tell, wish her a happy birthday. Go engage, go watch that podcast. Okay, let's actually see what's going to happen between herself and Sammy.